Yo, what's happening? What's happening? It's your boy, Benny Hertz, 101.1 The Culture. And y'all know the other day I talked to my homeboy, LA Snow, from the base game back in the day. And now, this is, everybody say, you always say that's my dog, but man, me and Head go back a minute and we done locked in, we done did some work and we done kicked it, we done sipped on something together, we done, been on the highway together on some trips. And so
I'm be real. I done been in some bad, some situations pocket wide. Now, hey, bro, you a cash at me?
for sure, for sure. So I want to introduce everybody to my homeboy, my dog, Uncle Head from the legendary group, the Splack Pack. And if y'all
Yeah,
don't know
man.
about that, we're gonna educate y'all on the Splack Pack because they really put it down back in the day. So, Uncle Head, what's happening with you, fam?
Hey, man, I'm blessed to be in the number, bro. We still here, dog. 33 and a half years in the game. Rest in
Man, that's
God,
what's
rest in
happening.
soul, rest in peace, kid, money, shout to Q to all DJ K2. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm here, man. Bro, got the South Life the sequel out. My new album, South Life the sequel out. You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing to be in the number, dog. We here.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So I know you had a lot of stuff going on, and man, me and you chop it up on a regular, but I
Yeah.
need you to kind of introduce yourself to the people. And I always start off with this. So tell everybody who you are, where you from,
Yes, sir.
and a little bit about your upcoming background. We gonna get into the business for real, for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I want the people to understand who you are, and you know, we gonna let them know about that scrub the ground movement.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Uncle Head, man. Palm Beach County, Uncle Head of the Splack Pack, Palm Beach County, you know what I'm saying? Revere Beach, Florida. Splack Pack, man, founded by Kid Money. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, rest in peace, man. With first single, Shake
Yes.
That Ass. Shake That Ass came out, man, in 1992. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
And then it been history from there on out. But Shake That Ass, man, it was like it changed my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was Kid Money vision, and all he kept saying was, first of all, it took him forever to get me to do the song. You know what I'm
And
saying? Because I was
you can cuss on my show. You know what I'm saying? You can cuss on here, so
oh
you can run it how you want to.
oh yeah, okay, well shit. It took me forever to do the song, man. And it's like, God, it's like we were smoking that good old ganja, smoking that good
Oh,
weed, and it was a club called Red Zone back in the days in '92 in Atlanta. And we went to
okay.
Atlanta. He played the beat, shake that ass. He played the beat. We was riding downtown. Uh, Now first of all, before that, we was riding downtown, coming from Underground Mall, and I was rapping Microphone Fiend. One of my favorite artists. His birthday was the other day, Rakim. And then when
That's
I
what's
was
happening.
rapping in the car, I was rapping Microphone Fiend. He was like, yeah, cuz you sound like he said you sound like JT Money. I got a song wrote. And he's like, man, I want you to learn the song. I was like, man, I ain't finna rap. I ain't finna get on that song, bro. I ain't doing that. And stuff like that. He was like, man, trust me, you gonna get on the song. I was like, I ain't gonna get on the song. So we smoked that good old weed, going to the club, coming back. He kept asking me. I was like, all right, I'm gonna learn. I'll learn it. We'll do the song. So I learned it. And then we drove down the magnetic air. We drove the magnetic air studio with Chuck Heeman down there in Lake Worth in Palm Beach, Florida, did the song. And then Kid got the song. Uh, we got to put it on cassette. We went to Cut It Up Death Records down there, shout out to Bob, them, God rest his soul, and Jock D them, uh, with a box, with a jukebox, put it on the floor, press play, and then shake that ass live. And the first thing they said, "Oh, you sound like shout out to JT Money. You sound like JT Money," and gave us a contract right then. It gave us a contract. So I
That sound like a scene out of Crush Groove.
come
Where
on,
LL Cool
dog.
J came out and
Come
said
on, dog.
box.
So I grabbed the doggone pen and I went to, and they kid was like, no, we gotta get a lawyer to look at the contracts, the contract. I was gonna sign that contract right then. And he was like, no, we gotta, so he had that handle, man. And then kid said, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some cassette, we're gonna get them pressed up, and we're gonna go to these strip clubs. He had a little map. Cause back it wasn't no map push all that shit back then. None of that going on. You had to
So
go
you
in the
had the paper
store.
map.
Yep. You had the paper. You had to go in the store. Right there, he had put it in and map there. There's a strip club and all that. So we got them. Took it. He said the girls. He said the girls going. He said the girls. Once we with the girls, we gonna have the world. He said, "Hey, trust me. Once we get them hoes, we gonna have the world. Watch what I tell you." So we got it. Took it in strip club. They saying, dog. Girls were like, "Leave it with us. We gonna take it everywhere we travel. We gonna go." Next thing shake that ass. I wasn't working there because I was assistant manager at Little Caesars up in Atlanta. Cause my mama got my
Wow.
ass out of my mama got my ass out of trouble and moved me to Atlanta February 2nd, 1992. She said, "I'm gonna pay your goddamn rent for 6 months." She said, "You got 6 months." And me and they moved me up there with his mama, my aunt Priscilla, and my mom came together. We had our apartment in Austell, Georgia, by Six Flags. She said, "You got 6 months. You better not bring your ass back down here, cause I'm not gonna be putting no black dress on to bury your ass to go to see you in no prison." And the one thing my mom ain't play about, do not call her from no jail cell. Uh-uh. Now we used to get in trouble in penitentiary chain. I'd be like, "Dog, if we get caught, do not call my mama. Make that the last plea." And then when I
See,
got a gun charge,
see,
and Q-Dog had to call my mama. Boy, look here, boy, she put a house up to get me out. I'm from Florida. So in
right.
Georgia, they'll swear you finna be a flight risk. You know what I'm saying? Especially back then. Florida was bad with Georgia. They thought everybody from Miami on up. So all the drugs. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it was the Miami boys that invaded Atlanta back then.
Yeah.
In them streets. And boy, we was from part. They ain't believe. So that shit, dog. Yeah, man. But shake that ass. Couldn't work no more. We was on go. Couldn't work at our Little
See,
Caesars no more. We was on go, dog. Cause the woman, dog, and then we did Let Me See Your Work. Cause the reason why Q Dog ain't on shake that ass because he was incarcerated in Tampa at the time. He got out. He came to Atlanta. We did Let Me See You Work It. And we shot the video at Mike Child's house. That's the owner of
what's
Club
that?
Nicky's back
Oh,
then.
girl, don't you quit. Let me see you
Yep.
work that.
See you work it.
Oh,
Uh,
girl, don't you? Yeah.
we shot that video from 6 in the morning to 12 that night. And that's actually that's the day I turned 21. That was my 21st birthday. We shot Let Me See You Work It video, and dog, it was hit. That's when it was a oasis. It was a splack. I call it a oasis. It was Splack Pack. It was Splack Pack World, dog. It was Splack Pack World. When you had strippers, like they took all work. They were like, "Fuck that." They came to that. They was at the video shoot at Mike Child's house, bro. And
That's
then that's
crazy.
yeah, we did Squad the Ground, which I hated the beat. I hated Squad the Ground beat, dog. I couldn't
Really, you
stand
hate
it.
it? You hate it, Scott? Round and round
Man,
we
when it first,
go.
I
Round and
couldn't
round we
stand
go.
because it was dry first. Then shot to K2. K2 was like, "Nah, we gotta add some things to it." And then because Raylo, shout out to Raylo and the dude named Chuck G, they the originators who did that beat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The Squad the Ground beat, they did the original. They did. Then they signed it, the kid, or whatever. And then Kid put it in song mode, and then like I said, K2 and Kid they added some more stuff to it, and that became the beat. But I almost went on that, so I didn't want to do it. And Q Dog shot the Q Dog, "Man, go ahead and write the verse to the song, dog." You know how Q Dog talk. "Go ahead
Yeah.
and write the verse to the song, dog." And that was my first time ever writing a verse. My
That was your
first
first time.
verse I had ever wrote was "Scrub the Ground," and now I'm
So,
married to it.
all the other
I
stuff
ain't.
that you was on, you just kind of freestyled it or learned it, or how'd
Oh
that
no,
go?
see, kid had shake that ass on the road. That was his baby. He had
Okay,
shake
so
that ass
so
road
so
like 2
Kid
years
Money, rest
prior.
in peace. So he wrote shake that ass, bitch. You let me see
Yeah,
what you got. Kid Money wrote
he
that.
wrote shake that ass, and he had Let Me See You Work It wrote too.
Okay.
He wrote my verse for that, Let Me See You Work It, and then them the only two songs I ain't write. Shake that
Okay,
ass
and
and
then
Let Me
after
See
that,
You Work It, and then
and then
Q Dog I learned because Q Dog verse was so hard. I learned Q Dog verse on Art of Gankin because he had two verses. I learned that verse I did on Art of Gankin that Q Dog wrote that. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. But when Q Dog got We did like I said, but everything else I wrote. Everything else, that's me. I wrote everything up. But like I said, shake that ass, because I wasn't trying. I ain't know the bit. I wasn't in no rap at that time. You know what I'm saying? So,
But you loved rap music. You was rapping to the
oh
rap.
man,
You
I'm
know what I'm saying? You was rock.
look here, bro. I'm jam on the bridge, and I'm jam on the dead. I'm so
What
shot
man? So
and UGK and Too Short and man, that's all I used to ride it. Too short, boy. Yeah, jam on the tapes and Scarface and all that shit. Dog, that's what I wrote to. You
that's
know what I'm
what's
saying?
up, man. And it's like, you know, during them early '90s is when I touched back down after my first trouble, right?
Yeah,
And I was hitting the strip clubs real hard. I'm young, got some chips. You know what I'm saying? I got a little chips, and you know, me and my cousin. So my cousin Shep, and we both West Coast raised, right?
yeah,
Man, I'm telling you, and we both had cutlasses. He had a bowling ball black when I had a royal blue one on them things. You know what I'm saying? And we
right.
used to ride, to Atlanta just beating Piedmont Park,
Yeah,
beating like bass competitions. And I'm telling you, when we would play all that Splack Pack, girls would go to shaking their ass right there
yeah,
on the street. It was crazy. Y'all had a
yeah.
crazy movement. So when you when if you take it back a little bit, see, people have this stigma about people that make party music or booty shake music, and they be like, that ain't street, but they really don't know. Y'all really were street, but was having a good time talking about the girls.
That's why I respect the real Splack Pack fans, because they know. They know our albums from front to back, and they know we call it, because we ain't never, because that's why we they'll be like, what's crazy is the world gravitated to us and we ain't even much crossover. And I tell people, shout out to my
True.
dog, I love him to death, three of the player. If we would have had like
Thrill.
69 boys done push, like the cross, they crossed over and stuff like that. And it's like we would have really been big. We big now, but people don't understand what I mean. They be like, oh, y'all already left, y'all was big. People don't get what I mean by big. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah,
For sure.
we there. You know what I'm saying? But when you cross over, that's different. You know, dog, y'all was on Rick and Morty and Nip and Tuck and all them shows. That's still that don't. I'm talking about the song like crossing over. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
because
saying? That's
y'all
that.
like had the streets for real with y'all movement. And the 69 boys, they crossed over really to like MTV and
Yeah. We
VH1 and
street.
all them.
We consider our street music. You know what I'm saying? Like street bass, Miami bass. Go. We making them whole shake that ass, throw that pussy, show them titties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Our wheels on. We get naked. We telling y'all how to get naked, what to do to take that shit off to get naked. You know what I'm saying? That's how and they did
Wow.
from the top of the verses to the bottom. They was doing it. It's shit like that. So we used to have to tell them our contract. Nah, do y'all are they allowed to get naked? Are we putting girls up on stage? They get butt ass naked. They looking at our dancers, trying to show our dancers up and shit like that. Because a lot of people don't realize when you got Too Short, Outkast, uh, uh, Lords of the Underground, uh, even Good and Mob, people like that had to open up for you when you headlining, and they got to go before you. That's how you know it was Splack Pack World, dog. It was civic centers and arenas and shit like that, dog. They had to open up for us. Because everybody know, you come in, you go on before us. I mean, if we go on before y'all, it's shop closed. We taking all the energy. Shop closed. Our hoes finna get naked. They finna, and people finna, all right. So it's like,
How you gonna come on the stage after that?
yeah. And we almost fought several times about that shit. People, no, man, and they ain't accept it and shit like that. But they until they accept it. And
That
I was so green back then because I ain't get it. I ain't understand. I ain't understand till the year we broke up in 1995 when I started realizing what was going on. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so now, all right, now I see what's going on. This ain't something. Now this ain't adding up. 1 + 1 supposed to equal 2, not 10. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn the business, dog. It's like, no.
So
So
what would you have done different about the business? I know you said y'all broke up in 95, right?
yeah.
And I
And
know
we
that
only gave him 2 albums. That's what's
right.
crazy. We only get and we only the first album we really was on go. We pushed, had the videos behind it, but the second one we was broke up. A lot of times on that second album, me and Q Dog went in the studio on our own.
Yeah.
He had already do his verse, or we'll go in there and we'll create a song with a boo boo. And then, because a lot of that's why the album sounded different. Because that's For Life album was basically me and Q Dog. A lot of them songs we came, that was me and Q. That's why I was basically different and shit. Like it was the brain. But a lot of time, and if you really know and you go back and listen to it, you can tell the songs we was in the studio together and the songs we weren't. Cause we was done, you know what I'm saying? But that's why it wasn't no videos or nothing shot for that For Life album. But like I tell people, if we
I
would have
always wondered
gave
that.
them, yeah, that's what happened. We was broke up. We was not seeing eye to eye at all. We was warm with each
Man.
other and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why it was no promotion or nothing behind it. And it still went gold. It's at 1.7 million now though. That For Life album. But that the first album at 5.5. That's at
Man,
5.5 million profit.
that's incredible, man. Because a lot of people can't say they got an album that done sold 5 million records.
It won't. It's like it's a blessing. Dog. It won't start that damn because people keep recreating the song. Shy. That's when I found out about
Migo,
Shy.
what was me? That was the
Yeah, that
Migos, right?
Quavo. Yeah,
Yeah.
Quavo. When Quavo did it, dog, that's when I said, boy, the Migos got a machine. I think I called
Oh
you.
yeah.
And I was like, dog,
Yeah.
and because I hate that's another. All money ain't good, man. I turned the money down to be on the remix because I ain't like the song. I couldn't. To me,
What?
I couldn't stand that Quavo version, bro. First of all, you disrespected it. You got it cleared. So why you ain't call it Scrub the Grind? Why you call it Strub? STRUB, the grind. Number one, I ain't like you just go on to call it Scrub the Grind. You got it cleared. I ain't like that. Number two, he had the wrong. I ain't got nothing against Young Miami, but he had the wrong young City Girl on the record. Should have had JT on it. You know what I'm saying? JT would have wrote her own verse. Cause Young Miami with Mountain, she don't write her own stuff. She would have wrote on and she know the culture though more. Or you could have
Right.
paid Trina to be on it. Get Trina to be on to somebody like that. I ain't like the beat. It's like,
Trina would have wrecked it. Trina
yeah,
would
she
have
would have
wrecked
went
it.
in. Yeah, and that's go back to the culture. She know the culture. She know Splack Pack for real. She know. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
they could have,
that and I felt
and I guess I get what you're saying because the song was really a remake of what y'all was doing, and then for them to take that and not include the cultural aspect of where it came from, and then to come back at you later and to say, "Hey, let's do this remix and let's get you on it," and you just like, okay, well, in order for me to get on it, it need to be like this, and it's like, nah, I'm straight.
yeah. And the thing about this dog, I don't touch that stuff like that, bro. Cause number one, it's certain songs you just don't touch no more. Just don't. It's not gonna be better than the original. Don't try to much remake it. Just leave it alone, dog. It's certain songs you
Yeah,
don't.
and I agree with you, and of course that's y'all baby. You know what I'm saying? But you know they remaking everything now. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, cause
I,
that's what they. It's like y'all don't have y'all own ideas. Cause cause they ain't got nothing to talk. They ain't doing nothing out here in life. They ain't doing there ain't no life for them, bro. They ain't doing nothing. It's like what all they really not, bro. It's sad. All y'all doing is
I,
going to the club, spending money, throwing money, smoking weed, doing drugs, pop whatever y'all ain't. What are y'all doing? What you
hey,
doing?
so but here's the thing. So I'm always gonna be the advocate for the old and the new, right?
Yeah.
When we was young, we did a lot of the same thing. I ain't never been no pill pop, but I smoked me plenty of ganja when I was young. I drank, I went to the clubs, I did my thing. And I guess it's just evolved. You know what I mean? And even with sampling music, me being a producer, I done sampled, I done remade, and I hate doing remakes. I'd rather just sample and let you know,
Yeah,
hey, I got this from this. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell people all the time, as a producer, I'm not a musician, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I can mess around with the keys a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can play a chord here or there. I can understand stuff. But for me to sit down and just sit down and play you a masterpiece or something, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't understand. To me, if I sample, it's like I'm paying homage. I don't want there's certain songs it's like
right.
I don't even want to mess with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've got samples of songs that I only play in my studio and I think they fire, but I don't even want to sell the beat. Number one, I'm picky, and you can call me beat bougie or whatever, right? Whatever you
What?
want to
All
say, right?
right.
But it's like if I were to use that record, there's only certain people I want on that record. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If I can't have them, it's just gonna be what it is. You know what I'm saying? It was a creative piece for me.
Yeah.
Um, but man, it's you got so much history in the game because you didn't just stop making music when y'all broke up. You know what I mean? You've been still relevant, doing shows, doing music. You got a catalog of music outside of just what you did with the group Splack Pack.
Yeah, but when we did break up, though, I was done. I was like, man, forget that. All right, I'm finna make me a few calls, and but I need to bop, and I got back out. I got back out in the streets, bro. I had moved to Tallahassee, dog, and I'm sitting in the line with about 10 of my dogs, and shout out to DJ Ace Vaughn Wilson. He was like, hey, and I'm looking around. I'm looking back like, He said, no, don't act like we didn't have you at this club. He said, come out to get out the line. And I was like, man, I got my dogs with me. I got about 10 dudes. He was like, no, all y'all, they with you, come on. Yeah, he gave me his card. He was like, man, I do beats. I said, I don't do music no more. I said, I'm done with that. He said, oh, no. Listen to my beats and call me tomorrow. He said, matter of fact, go to that bar over there to the right. Y'all drink all night. Don't got to worry about nothing. So did out. I called him that next day, and boy, I went to them beats, and then boom, I got back in it. But yeah, but I had to learn. I went to Impact Music Conference, the music conference. I went
Yeah.
there. I went to a lot, like shout out to TJ Chapman. I went to them DJ music. I soaked the game. I had to learn.
Mm.
And then I hit TJ up. I was like, listen, you got a record store. Let me run, teach me teach me, because back then it was sound scan. I like, teach
Yep.
me sound scan so I can learn this part, because I'm trying to get my own label and stuff like that. And I learned the ins and outs, and I was like, okay, me and Vaughn Wilson, we started Bottom Line Records, November 2000.
You just dropped. You still there? Hold on one second.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah. You can hear me?
Yeah, you back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. That's and then and be like, no, it took 14 years for me to start for me to actually drop an album after we started labeling in 2000, because I was learning. I had to learn, because what I dealt with and how we got man. Because when you get bad business from the label and people you're involved with too get bad business, dog, like it'll drive you crazy if you let it. And things that so I was like, nah, it was too much pain, and so I had to leave it alone and all that stuff. But it took me 14 years. We dropped the first album, From a Boy to a Man. Shout out to Big Shot, Michael Wright. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. That's Big Shot Music Group. That's who distributed them. And we go through guys over there, Empire. We
Right.
dropped that first album 2014, and I ain't listened. I tried to drop it like how we dropped CDs and all that stuff back then, knowing it was social media and all that. It was streaming and all that stuff then, so I ain't listened. So put that album out. It did well, but like I said, I ain't listening. Then that second album, we got a team. Now shout out to Angela Covington. You know what I'm saying?
That's my
And
girls. What up, Angie?
yeah, that's my publicist. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Angie. Shout out to my road manager, Maniac, and all that stuff. And I
Maniac
had a
was
list.
cracking, homie.
Yeah, man. And shout out to you, man. I had to sit back and listen, dog. Because the game changed. You know what I'm saying? I
Right,
was so
right.
bullshit. I was stuck on that first album. Oh no, no, we got to do it this way, do it that way, do it this way, and that ain't. So I was like, no. That's why it took me 5 years. We dropped that in 2014. It took me 5 years to drop the next album.
Mm.
Cause when you number one, I'm a Libra, and when you feel like you failed, even though we didn't fail, I felt like I felt like now I got to do it right. It's all you just got to learn, dog, and listen. I ain't listening, you know what I'm saying? But I listen, and then you see, and until now, and it's where it is. And it's
Well,
like,
I'm glad I was able to have a little bit of impact. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, a lot of people. And what's crazy about you? You my witness. A lot of people like, hell, nah, you ain't do no 5 songs in one day or one night. I said, dog, we did. Me and Q all dropped 5 songs with Ben Hurst, dog, over there in Birmingham in 3 hours.
Oh yeah, for sure. Y'all came in
5.
prepared though.
Yeah. And see, that's the word. Prepared, people. Prepared. Not going in there writing and all that stuff while they moving it out. We went up prepared, went about business. And we was on the road. We were gone.
Yep.
Yep.
And
So shoot, that was
I've always appreciated them opportunities because it's like people don't know that I've had a chance to work with some legendary folks. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah.
And I don't be
Not just work
trying to
with it.
big
You can
myself.
call them. You can call them straight on their phone. You ain't got
I
to
can
go
pick
through
the
no.
phone.
Yeah, you
I can
ain't
pick
got to
up the
go to
phone.
no secretary or nobody like that. You can call. Yeah, call them direct.
You know, and I'm blessed to be able to say that. You know what I'm saying? From the
That's
production of
all in
engineering.
clean face, bro. Do good
You know what I'm
business.
saying?
Clean face. They can't fit. That's it, dog. Yep.
You know, and I just play my role. I'm in the back, and it's to me, it's not about me being big time. Of course, I do this. I do the music because I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I love it, and I love to help people take a song that's their baby and make it into what they envision.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
saying? You know, and sometimes I might sprinkle an idea here or there, but really I want to bring about their vision of it. And if they don't have a vision, I want to help them shape the vision.
Right.
However, as I've gotten older, you know, I'll tell people this from a different mental aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm 53 now, so
Same boat.
I'm not trying to hang out at the club.
Uh-uh.
I'm not.
You see what
I'm not
about
trying
my
to hit.
homebody, baby.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hang out at the club. You know, I done seen more of it shake than anybody could imagine.
All right.
You know, I've done my due. Now that don't
Yep.
mean that I'm not still in the business, but I'm really in the business now,
Exactly.
and that was a big transition for me. So having the platform still, and I pick and choose who I really want to work with. I really don't even advertise like I do studio time. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
there's somebody I want to work with, there's a couple of people that may hit me up from time to time, but I'm not on social media all the time blasting. Hey, I got beats. Hey, I got. If you work with me, you do. Every now and then, I might put something out there, but that's not even my main source of income when it comes to the music business anymore. You
Right.
know, um, and I'm grateful to be able to have multiple streams, and that's what I teach people about business. It's like you got to have multiple streams of income because
Oh,
Spotify.
you best believe it.
You know, you got show money, you got merch, you got sync licensing, you got brand deals, you got sponsorships, you got direct to consumers coming back. We just talked about coming out the trunk. You see La Russell
Yep.
out there killing them, and he ain't the
Yep.
only one. You know what I'm saying? You got people that are really locking back in because what they're doing is they're understanding how to build a community. And that's
Exactly.
where social media can be evil, and I get it, but also you got to learn how to work whatever come your way. And that's what I've been really focused on. Okay, so if social media has helped all these other folks that I may not like their music
Mm-hmm.
be, become rich, how can I learn what they do and implement it in a business strategy and be able to teach it to someone that wants to understand that this is a major component now of the music business. And it's like now we're not even in the music business anymore. Yes, music
Right.
matters. I'll never say that the quality of the music doesn't matter anymore. But we're like, this is a tech business. You got to be technically sound. You need to
All
understand
right.
content. You need to understand algorithms. You need to understand how AI works because it's here. It ain't going nowhere. So you need to
Oh
understand it
boy.
and use it with some integrity, right? Um, there's you got to understand how ads work. You need to understand how marketing really works on the digital level. There's a lot of different components that you got to grasp now in order for things to work. And we think people
Right.
are popping off overnight, but you really just got in the ecosystem because they finally got enough bread to spread their net on a wider level.
True. True. Yes, sir.
Back in the day, we called it being a regional artist.
Mm-hmm.
If you promoted in a region. So you were talking about drawing a map on the strip club. So one of
Yeah.
the things I got from listening to Wendy Day years ago, shout out to Wendy Day, right?
Shout,
Because
shout the rap coalition. When today
the
was
rap,
happening.
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wendy Day. So she would always talking about take where you are and draw a map and do a 200-mile radius of wherever you're able to travel and realistically go market and target those areas, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot. It's more in depth than that. But she was talking about this is planning, really planning how you're going to map. So if I'm in Birmingham, okay, so I can reach Huntsville in 2 hours. I can reach Tuscaloosa in an hour and a half. I may be able to reach Gaston. I can go to Montgomery. I can go to Mobile. I might be able to hit Selma. I might be able to hit some of the smaller towns
Yeah.
around me and then bring it back. I can go to Anniston. I can go to some of these other markets that are smaller markets and implement my strategies and then bring it back home. So now I can set up my own little mini tour. I can set up
Mm-hmm.
my own. I can do my own promo run,
Yes,
and
sir.
then when I start to gather my audience, now I got a little bread. Now I can spread my net a little wider. And it's just you may be statewide, then you're regional, but now with the internet, everybody says, "Oh, I'm worldwide." Yes, you have worldwide access, but
Yeah.
unless you understand how to target an area,
Mm-hmm.
you're still not okay. You might say, "Oh, I'm popping in California," but you can't even go out there and promote. You're not even running ads to go out there. You're not doing no shows. You're not doing no signings. You're not.
There
You're
you
not going
go.
out there and you know what I'm saying? So how are you infiltrating that market with just your digital presence and eventually that you can't do the physical,
Exactly. And, and,
you
and
know?
and what's crazy about that physical, a lot of them just like they love the digital access. They scared to be seen in person.
Man, what? It's
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 like
it's a
I don't
challenge
get
though.
it.
But you know that this thing here that we call the screen, when we start pulling this up, oh, see,
Yeah.
shout out to my girl TC. She, one of my ladies that's in my mentorship. She I don't know if she knows I'm on live right now, but I'm gonna end up sharing this with the people,
Yeah.
man. Um man, I just think that we are in a era right now where and the era always shifts. There's always okay, so
Always.
we had the era where it was out the trunk. Then we had the the Napster and all this other stuff era. Then you had the CDs and out the trunk. They went cassettes to CDs. Then we from CDs to digital. And then
Yeah.
people was like, okay, CDs are irrelevant. People don't buy CDs anymore. So then you had digital downloads. And then we got rid of digital downloads and now it's just streaming. And here we are again back to direct to consumer. And a lot of stuff that goes around comes around. It's just wearing a different dress. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That girl that used to be fine back in high school, she done came back around. She just got a different dress on now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
She
yeah.
got a different dress on.
She got about 6 kids now.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say 6 kids, wow. Uh, it's just a different dress, So tell me what you working on now. I know you said you dropping the new album. You say it's the
Yeah,
last
yeah. We
album.
like I
We
got the
might get
South
a few
out.
singles in because I know we did a couple of records and we got to get you a
Oh
few more
yeah.
stuff in.
Oh yeah, yeah. South Life the sequel currently out now. We finna really get into it. You know what I'm saying? That stuff like that. Far as that album. Yeah, that's my baby and all that stuff. Yeah, we doing like I said, we finna shoot more visuals for that video and all that, and then get into this last album, South Life the trilogy. I'm doing one
Okay.
more album called South Life the trilogy, and I don't want to like a lot of that. My last album I recorded here at my house, but this
Right.
album here I want to do in actual in going in certain actual studios
Right.
and record a documentary for this last album and all that stuff to have a film crew behind me and record from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep from doing that album, man, and things of that nature, dog. Show up, I hit the gym. We're gonna be filming my daily. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
that's it. I'm trying to work on this South Life the trilogy album. I'm studying movie roles, and through the grace of God, I getting these movies and stuff like that, man. And my mom caretaker, I take care of my mama. You know what I'm saying? My mom live with me and dog, and I got my grandbaby a savage, you know what I'm saying? Joy, my granddaughter. Shout out to my kids, you know what I'm saying? The grown ones. I got a 13-year-old son, shout out to little aunt, and 30-year-old Jamar and Breon, and I got Jaden, my kids, dog, in my world, dog. That's it. I'm a homebody and I'm out here working, you know what I'm saying? That's it, dog. We getting out here getting it. Just did a show over there in St. Pete. God bless the stage. And that's it,
Yes.
dog. Putting this work, dog. 33 and a half, almost 4 years, 34 years in the game. Ain't nothing but God. And I'm still relevant, bro, because there's still, man, to still be relevant check for after all these years, dog. People still want to hear your voice and want to be a part of your journey. Ain't nothing but God, bro. And like we say, keep your face clean. You know what I'm
For sure,
saying? All
man.
that drumming, all that doing bad business out. If somebody say, "Oh, don't fuck with head, dog," you do bad business, dog, they a hater. But I don't do
Hey,
that.
man. So me and you didn't rock for so long, and it's just like we've always been square, and it's always been love, and everybody go through they ups and downs, but it's always been love, and you know,
Yeah, man. Yes,
you the
sir.
one that put me on the record with Shorty Low Jr. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And I got that credit, and then running into 69. I did LA Snow interview the other day. That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? Me and him locked in. And so
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, dog, you one of the best mixologists and the best engineers I have, hands down. I don't just say that because you my dog, but it's real. Because I got my ear. Certain people mixes, I'll be like, man, that ain't it. Certain people, if you don't sit around their ass and they will fuck your songs up. The mix won't be good. That I can send my sessions to Benny, and I can fart, snore, I can sleep good. No, when it come back, it's gonna be right. You know what I'm
I,
saying?
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And that's just how it is, bro. And everybody knows. So, because one thing you got that ear for music, and I done recorded with you, and you be like, nah. My ears got to be fresh. I got to come back and mix it. Knowing I've been saying to myself in my head, God damn it, I want at least send me a. You know, I be like, man, please send me the rough verse.
Oh, I seen you. I always send a rough. You know what I'm saying? But then I be really wanting to touch the record, and sometimes if I done sat around a
He
record and
sure do.
recorded for a minute, I'm like, okay, because I want to give you my best if I'm doing it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, you do.
people used to say, "Oh, you trying to be like Dre," and I'm like, bruh, it ain't that I'm just trying to be like anybody. It's just that I know what I be looking for when I hear a record, and
Exactly.
you know. Shout out to my homeboy DJ Stussy. The other day, me and him was talking. He sent me a record to mix and master, and I said, "Hey, so you need to take this back. You need to drop these levels. You need to do this. This is peaking. This is sticking out. You know what I'm saying? This part need to be." He
Right.
was like, Okay, bet. So he did his thing, sent it back, and then when I sent it back to him, he was like, "This it." You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
knew, but
exactly.
you know, garbage in, garbage out. So that's just my process. But man, look, so a couple of things before
Yeah.
we tune out on everybody. So, who would you say has been your biggest inspiration when it comes to your music?
For my music, that's a good question. My biggest inspiration, actually, I mean, of course, God. Uh, but
First
my
shout out to
biggest,
God.
yeah, man, my biggest inspiration in music is the music. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
It just is like my biggest inspiration of music is the music, dog. It's like I really appreciate the creativity when it's a good record, dog, and the music. A lot of people don't. They think it's easy, and we don't know the hits. We don't know what's gonna be a hit or what not. You know, they can say who they want to say. They can be Cardi B or whoever. You know what I'm saying? You really can't call a hit. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be the music, me, I'm old school. I love R&B. You know what I'm saying? And I love real music. That's my biggest inspiration, dog. Just to see people enjoying, living life, dancing, fucking, all kinds to the music. You know what I'm saying? That's just it, dog. That's my inspiration, dog. That's
that's
it.
what's up.
Yeah, man.
Um, so another question. So were you ever officially signed to Luke?
Nah, but I almost did. He was trying to sign me back in 2000, with it, not 2003. It was the early 2000. He was trying to sign me. He knew one of my homeboys I grew up with, Al Shipman. Shout out to Al for Shipman. He was be a running back over there at the U Canes game. My dog was a running back, and then he got in contact. He was like, "Man, where he at?" And he was like, "Here, who?" He's like, "Here from the Splack Pack." He was like, "Yeah, my dog." So he had Al contact me. I happened to be in Palm Beach at that time at my brother's house and stuff like that. So he was like, "Man, Luke want to meet you. Call you." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So I called Luke. He was like, "Man, come down to my office." And I went down to my cousin Rodney Block. Drove me down there. And Luke, I played the Uncle Head and Mr. Cute all album at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
Luke was like, "Yeah, man." He offered me a couple some money. I was gonna sign with Luke, but that contract wasn't contracting. That contract was not contracting. So we couldn't do that. Couldn't do that deal. Couldn't do it. Nope. And I was, Luke. That's when Luke was on top. I was hot too. I was mad. I was like, "Damn, man, couldn't do the deal because the contract wasn't changed. They wouldn't change certain things in that contract."
Hmm.
Yep.
Okay. I
Uh-huh.
know that's one thing but see, you being an artist and being in the game for so long, you were able to know the business and of course have your attorneys to look at stuff the right way so you can understand how things
Right.
go.
Right. And more and no, I wasn't doing no more 5 year deal. Nah, it wasn't no more
Hmm.
5 years. That we were stuck in that 5 year deal when we first signed the Splack Pack. We were stuck 5 years. We were in a 5 year contract.
Okay.
I wasn't doing that no more. They had to change that too. Nah, but no more of those.
I feel that.
Mm-mm.
And so here's my I don't want to say it's my last question because we just kicking it. But if you saw a new artist, because I know you talked about starting your label and signing artists yourself, right?
Right.
What would be your advice to a new artist that's just starting to get their feet wet or wanting to get into the game?
Stick to. And what I mean by stick to who got you there. And don't leave. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you fuck up. Most times they fuck up. Stick to your producers. Stick to your team that got you there. Because trust me,
Hmm.
once you get there, you're going to have so many snakes and so many people try to, "I got beats. I got this. I got that." And a lot of them fall for the, with nothing in the tailpipe, and then their music go to changing. and they might go to get watered down. They go to fucking up. Next thing you know, you're done. You know what I'm saying? Stick to who got you there, and that be my whole thing. Stick to the team. Whoever got you there, stay there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't be that easy because it be egos involved and stuff like that. But boy, a word from the wise, stick to who got you there, because they coming. I get so much bullshit in my emails, and I get so many, man, I do beats, I get so many inboxes and stuff. I don't waste my time. Cause I'm team oriented. We gotta win first. We gotta win second. We gotta win third. If the team ain't winning, we ain't winning. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be people that's gonna try to come in there, take what you got there, and boy, all right, just stick to your team, stick to who got you there, man, and y'all win together, man. That'd be my whole thing. Cause it's tough out here, boy. Everybody want a piece of the pie.
Hey,
you'll be surprised.
They want a piece of the pie after it's cooked.
Yep.
They don't want to make the pie.
They don't. After you right.
Boy.
They
like the pie after it's almost done. They say, "Oh, this is almost done. You just need this, or you just need that." You wasn't here when I had to roll the dough.
Yep.
Figure out what temperature I need to put it in there.
Yeah, you know, like it be.
Add some more sugar. Add some more salt. Put the glaze on it. Add the butter. You wasn't there when. What they say, you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym.
Yeah, all right.
You know,
you gotta put the bitch on that. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You gotta put the bitch on that.
Yeah, you a fool, boy. You a fool.
That gym hot, boy. You sweating that bitch.
For real, for real. Man, I love you, bro. I appreciate you locking in with me.
Love you too, dog. You ought to know.
You know, I'm headed to the A next month. I got to put some work in. So I know that you down south, so we definitely got to try to link up. I need to get with Miss Covington. She be busy.
Oh yeah, you know, like I said, I'm working on this. I'm finna start really working on the trilogy. Y'all know I'll be in Birmingham, dog. I have to come up there and record with you. Y'all know it. That's it.
But you already know what it is. You already know what it is. All you got to do is just call me and pull up.
That ding dong. You all know how we rock. Yes, sir.
For sure. And man, everybody, this is the last thing, because here's the thing: if you're gonna do a show and you want to see a performer, I've been telling everybody, Head put on a show. He gonna turn up at your show, right? How can they reach out to you if they bag right to book Head for a show?
Just hit up my road manager Maniac. You can hit him up on Facebook, Maniac. That's MAINEYAC. MAINEYAC. Wait. On Facebook, his phone number is 813-562. That's 813-562-7382. Know what I'm saying?
You call your number out, but they got to be calling with the bread.
That's what we do. We ain't missing no call. We ain't missing nothing. We ain't missing nothing at all. Yep. And then as far as interviews, radio, podcasts, everything on social media, y'all just hit my public stuff, Angela Covington. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And then you can hit me on my pages, Facebook, Uncle Head, Facebook, James Hartnett, HARDNETT. That's my biological name. You can hit me on Instagram, Uncle Head 72, the number. Uncle Head 72. You can hit me on TikTok, Uncle Head of Splack Pack, Snapchat, Uncle.Head. Matter of fact, GOOGLE. I'm Googleable. Google Uncle Head. I answer back, know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, man. And it's an honor, man, to still be in the game, bro. And I answer back. Trust me. So y'all just hit me up, man. I'm here.
Y'all tap in with my dog. And with that, I appreciate you. Much love.
Much love,
we do this for the culture.
Yes, sir.
We do this for the culture.
Yes, sir.
Man. Yeah. All right. This is Benny Hertz, Uncle Head from the legendary multi-platinum Splack Pack.
Yes, sir.